All right, you guys, as you can see, I am at Panera Bread, and I think some videos that I want to start doing is going to be observations. So, as I'm around town and I stop different places, I'm running errands today, a lot of errands, and I haven't eaten. I don't remember last time I ate something, so I'm just doing some soup and salad, and I'm going out later, actually, dinner with the family, but I needed something before later on tonight, late tonight. But like I said, I'm at Panera Bread, you guys, and let me try if I can position this phone kind of up here. You guys are gonna actually watch me eat. I'm trying not to be too greedy, but I haven't been in Panera Bread in a very long time. And something I noticed when I first walked in was they remodeled, which it looks real nice, nice aesthetic. It looks good, but there was a lot of machines as you walk in to your right when you first walk in. And what it was you can now order kind of online but in the store, so you don't have to basically be bothered with anybody. You basically do your order. I guess you grab your number and you sit down and they bring out your food. So it looks like they're streamlining a lot of I'm not going to say customer service, but I'll say interaction with like a cashier. A lot of YouTube channels I like to watch, financial and just business. A lot of these channels are talking about how a lot of jobs are going to be obsolete very quickly. And just in the last couple months, I've noticed quite a few stores. I remember the one that really took me back was the thrift store. This was definitely last year, sometime last year. I walked into Savers. And if you don't know, that's a thrift store here in Vegas. But I'm sure there are other places too. But we have quite a few Savers here. I think maybe 6 or 7 locations here in Las Vegas. And when I walked in, there was, this is when I used to do eBay quite a lot. And I used to thrift. I should say I was doing eBay, but I was thrifting at least 3-4 times a week. And this particular Savers is probably one of the busier ones here in Vegas, and it's one of the larger ones. And I walked in, and then I was just really thrown back how they had changed the whole setup, took out all the cashiers, and it was all U-Scan basically. And I'm used to U-Scan. As you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, a few friends or a few my coworkers, hi coworkers, old coworkers, new coworkers, so on and so forth. I've been working at U-Scan for the last 20 years. And one of the things I've been hearing my son's 22, so comfortably 21 years. The first time I had an interaction with the U-Scan was when my son was probably 1 year old, and Albertsons at the time in California, San Diego, that's where I'm from, introduced it to the store, and nobody wanted to work it because it was something new. People thought it would take people's jobs, and here we are over 20 years later, and now we're starting to really see the effects, in my opinion, that U-Scans are definitely taking over. And I think the next step is not just U-Scan, it's going to be these companies, and not just grocery stores. I'm talking about retailers, eateries, everywhere, I think, are streamlining everything. So I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So when they were complaining, and I'll just use McDonald's as an example, about wages, right? And this is my opinion on wages. They wanted more money. So the first thing I thought about is like, they're gonna work actively to get rid of you. Some of you guys might have heard of the machine called Flippy. So Flippy is a machine to where I guess it flips burgers. I think I couldn't remember how much it costs, maybe $30,000-$50,000 per machine. Flippy is obviously a machine. It's a robot. Flippy does not get sick. Flippy doesn't ask for vacation time. Flippy does not ask for time for a break. Flippy's not paying union dues. Flippy is a machine that is paid for once, and usually probably if the company buys enough of them, they'll get a kickback. With that being said, there's your jobs. You wanted 15, 16, 17, 18 bucks an hour. And this is no shade. Everybody wants a good cost of living so they can provide for their family. Absolutely. I do, you do, everybody that's watching does. But at the same time, you got to be careful what you ask for. I think jobs should be a job. Okay, someone once said it, and this was many, many, many years ago, and they just nailed it. Because sometimes, you think of something, you can't really articulate it, but then someone else says it, you're like, spot on. That's exactly what I was thinking, and I wanted to put into words. They basically said, these Taco Bell, McDonald's, Arby's, I don't know, all these fast food restaurants, these jobs are meant for kids back in the day. So I'll tell my age, I'm 45. Back in the day, the first job you would get was usually fast food. My first job was SeaWorld of San Diego. So you would get a fast food job, and you would work through, like, summertime, after school, whatever. And then that was not your job. So I'm 45. That is, and this is no shade, McDonald's is not meant for a woman or man with 6 kids, 5 kids, 4 kids. And once again, I'm not trying to be insensitive or throw shade. For a woman to be a cashier making $12, $13, $14 supporting a whole family. It's usually for a teenager or a younger person, maybe in their 20s, supporting themselves through college or high school or something to that effect. It always breaks my heart when I go to, and I don't go to fast food that often, but when I go through like an eatery or whatnot, and yeah, we'll call it fast food because I'm going through drive-through, so fast food is not so as healthy. And I go through it, and there's an elderly person there working, and it's really sad to me. And I get it, maybe they're doing it to supplement their income, but at the same time, I don't want to see someone that's 60, 70, 80 years old working. Same thing with Walmart, the greeters and whatnot. And sometimes I know they get their jobs to supplement and or get the jobs so they can, get out the house or whatnot. But that's not what those jobs are for. They're for, in my opinion, just my opinion, I always like to say that, for people that are younger. With that being said, when I walked into Panera Bread, I did go to a cashier because I had cash on me. You pay obviously with a debit card or credit card at these machines, but I just thought it was real interesting. Day by day, things are moving faster and faster. If you're aware, a lot of people I have conversations with, not a lot. Well, some people that they have no clue of what's going on. Or if I strike up, like ask a question, or they ask me a question, I just tell people to kind of stop, think, and look around. Like, obviously, if you're working, how is your job changing? Is there a bunch of things changing very quickly? Even if you're lower level and you're not in upper management or middle management, just look around your company. Do you see things changing? Do you see hours changing? Do you see them remodeling? And when they're remodeling the particular area that you work in, are they adding more machines? If they're adding more machines, that should get your mind thinking, okay, will I be obsolete? A lot of these jobs, was it Amazon was to lay off, was it Amazon, 18,000 employees? At first they were talking about it was upper management. Now they're saying it's kind of like across the board. With that being said, that's a lot of people out of work. And I think if you don't prepare and prepare quickly, possibly go to school, get a trade. And, not everybody likes school, but get a trade, get a skill set, meaning make yourself so valuable that the company you work for or the business or whatever the case may be still needs you. So, for example, for the younger, I'm in my 40s, I have a 20-year-old. I tell my son all the time, I would like him to attend school, but it's to get a certain, and I won't tell all his business, a certain trade. That way he can take that certification anywhere. He's really good at what he does. He's really, I don't know, self-taught, but there's another word I'm looking for, to where he can literally watch a video when it comes to tech and stuff like that, computers, machinery, and he can literally get the item and like install it, and it's just really amazing. He's always been like that. But I'm like, even though you know how to do these particular things, You can't just say, hey, I know how to do this. Some, I mean, maybe back in the day that's how it used to be, but now you have to be certified. You have to have that little piece of paper, not necessarily go to school for 4 to 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 years and get a diploma or something to that effect, but certification. You know, you take a course for 6 weeks, 6 months, maybe 8 months, 9 months of your life and invest in yourself. And then you can take that certification anywhere. So yeah, this is just a little video, you guys, I wanted to touch on. Panera Bread is streamlining, which is good. You know, it's the future. Is it good? But let me say it is the future. And what a lot of people don't realize is if you don't adapt, you will get left behind. Now, people like, for example, in my parents' age group, the baby boomers, some are more reluctant to change, like how banking's changing, how they're doing all. Now here's another one, you guys, because I also want to open another account today. Actually set up the appointment, because now you have to set up appointments just to open up a bank account. Some of you might jump in the comments saying, well, that's dumb, why don't you just go online? Yeah, I'm going to do that, but it's a different kind of, anyways, I'm going to go in and make an appointment so I can sit down with someone to open an account. With that being said, some of these banks right now are bankless. I actually went to one probably during the summer, and I was looking to do a transaction. I can't remember if it was to withdraw, not a large amount of money, but some money, or I wanted to do something, and I had to talk to a physical person. And when I went into this particular bank branch, there was no one there, and it was basically a bank that was automated. Basically, if you wanted to speak to someone, you went over to the computer, pressed the button, and someone popped on the screen. No one was in there. If you wanted cash, it was like cashless. Not bank, but I guess you could say it was a cashless bank, but a cashless, whatever you want to call it. So I was like, okay, kind of thrown back, but that is the future. There, a lot of these businesses, all businesses, I think in the next just 2 years, what is the next 1 year? What is the end of the year going to look like? That's how I'm looking. What's the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? If you have a job to where you are working retail, especially if you're a cashier, they are really moving hard and fast to kind of streamline that. Stay tuned. I'm going to talk about another video or another subject that I see and I think is very interesting. Hopefully I can drop it today. But yeah, you guys have a great day. I'm at Panera Bread. Hi. And you have a great day. They're so sweet. The gentleman came out because I wasn't eating. I was just talking on my phone because I didn't really want to eat in front of you guys like that. And he came out to ask me if I was okay. Now that's great customer service. That's another thing. You got to have that great customer service. If you're going to start getting rid of your cashiers and the interaction with people, you bet the few people that you do have in there or running the place, or maybe in the back that come to front, that there's going to have to be some kind of interaction. Not all businesses, but a lot of businesses, a little bit of human people in the business. They better have A1 customer service, and I'm so big on A1 customer service. All right, you guys, you have an amazing day. Stay tuned. I want to do a lot of more videos like this, just observations I'm seeing with the economy, businesses, how they're being run, and how they're really pushing forward with being more self-checkouts, more you do basically the work, and less interaction with like human people. All right, you guys, bye.